A horror story out of the Netherlands.
There could be a hostage situation.
In fact, it shows the precise opposite.
What really happened in Amsterdam? Russian red lines and arrest warrant for Israel's Prime Minister. Hi, welcome to 333. I'd like to begin with an update and correction on an item we ran in the aftermath of the recent Maccabee Tel Aviv football match in Amsterdam. Having reported on the Muslim targeting of Jewish supporters, it has now come to light that much of the supposed violence by Muslims on Jews was in fact Maccabee supporters attacking Dutch citizens. And we now learn too that despite repeated attempts at clarification from the source journalists, footage that was actually portraying violence from the Maccabee fans continued to be falsely and deceptively used by the majority of mainstream media to paint an opposite and false picture of events.
A horror story out of the Netherlands. Avoid movements in the street and lock yourself in your hotel rooms.
There was extensive violence committed by the Maccabee fans throughout the day, both before and after the match, accompanied by chants of Arabs. The subsequent representation by some commentators of the day as something akin to the Kristallnacht of 1938 Germany is a gross distortion of the facts. Although it does still appear that there were also acts of violence committed against the Maccabee supporters, what is now clear is that this was definitely not a one-sided anti-Semitic attack, and the Maccabee fans were not the innocent victims we were initially led to believe.
So, Sean,
Another Putin-drawn red line was crossed yesterday, as the Moscow Times confirmed that, quote, Ukraine used UK-made Storm Shadow missiles in cross-border strikes, unquote.
You want to F around and find out some more? Because you know where this is headed right now.
The UK's Russian ambassador, Andrei Kelin, has said that he now considers Britain directly involved in the Ukraine war. Putin had responded on Thursday to the use of US ATACMS missiles by firing a new intermediate-range missile called Oreshnik to strike a defense plant in Dnipro.
И создаваемые американцами системы противоракетной обороны в Европе подобные ракеты не перехватывают.
It was also made clear that this missile is capable of carrying a nuclear warhead, the first such missile to have been fired at Ukraine in the conflict, and more importantly, a statement from Russia to NATO that their nuclear supply is not quite as dusty as NATO might have hoped. As The Guardian phrased it yesterday, Benjamin Netenyahu has become the first leader of a Western-style democracy to have an arrest warrant issued in his name by the International Criminal Court. The ICC has 124 member states, including Palestine, which acceded to the Rome Statute in 2015, while the ICC itself ruled that it be considered a state in 2021. However, neither Israel nor the US are members of this particular club, and what exactly such a charge and condemnation means at this point is hard to say. Though, of course, if Netanyahu were to touch down in any of the member countries, then they would be obliged to arrest him. This comes on the heels of the release of the film The Bibi Files, which examines the levels of corruption to which Netanyahu may have been guilty throughout his political career, and suggests that he may be trying to prolong the Gaza war in order to avoid his coming day in court. Thank you for watching. See you on Monday.